Overwatch, Valorant and Paladins all have the same maps, and by the end of this video I'll prove it to you. Let's be real, maps aren't just a bunch of walls, boxes, cool palm trees and graffitis. At their core, they are all about geometry and thoughtful design. You can't overestimate the importance of good maps in games. The entire MOBA genre exploded from a fan-made custom map in Warcraft 3. And let's not forget the legendary The Dust 2 from Counter-Strike. For many people, myself included, those dusty streets were like a second home. Also a great place to go instead of school, you know. Tell me in the comments, what's your favorite map from all of the games you played, I'll definitely check them out. So, what do Overwatch, Valorant and Paladins have in common? Well, besides the obvious answer Hanzo, the big thing is they're all FPS games. You're seeing the world from your character's eyes, shooting bad guys in these enclosed high-stakes battle arenas. The art of creating great maps is limitless, especially for online shooters. Today we are diving into the core design behind these FPS maps. We will break it down using maps where both teams start on opposite sides and battle for key areas in the middle. Our examples are Nepal from Overwatch, Drift from Valorant, and Jaguar Falls from Paladins. We are going to look what aspects of these maps are the same and how different game developers coped with balancing challenges. Let's begin. Here is what all of these maps have in common. A big central area for face-to-face encounters. Two smaller side roads opening up off angles to the map central area or flanks for sneaky plays. High grounds, vital for map control. In Overwatch this is neutral territory, while Valorant and Paladins keep them mirrored on both team sides. And that's the main structure. Sounds easy, right? Maybe you're already thinking, I should just learn Unreal Engine and apply to work in a AAA game studio. Well, great idea. But before you pull a week of all-nighters trying to figure out how to configure a fancy material, let's talk about key concepts any map developer should understand, and how our 3 games totally nail them. Starting simple. No map should give one team an advantage, obvious, right? The easiest way to achieve this is to mirror the map or swap teams, like most games do. But the real challenge is balancing asymmetrical maps, like those in World of Tanks for example. Some maps have huge difference in win rates for each side. That's obviously bad. But it is not our choice, our game developers choose an easy path. But even mirrored maps have one sneaky tiny problem: human anatomy. Thanks to our wrist muscles and joint mobility, it is easier to flick from right to left if you're right-handed. Movement to the side of your big finger will be more accurate. Try it yourself, it's true. Maybe it's gonna help you once. Line of sight control. Short rule. Not every key point should be visible at the same time. But don't fill your map with a million tiny hidey holes. Proper line of sight gives player a chance to learn covers and angles, rewarding good map knowledge. It also balances long range and close quarters combat, which prevents total domination by one playstyle. We must be sure that every ability in the game has counters and is not broken on this specific map. For example, if a Genji Nana blades on your head, just jump into the nearest pit. At least your honor will be intact. Flanking roads. This is where maps get spicy. Flanking roads give players options to break through choke points, force situational awareness, pull off sneaky plays, and play fucking Sombra. That's what they are for. And guess what? They also help prevent the dreaded spawn camping. In all of our 3 games, flanking roads can be used both to make the whole way around the map or to play the off angle in the middle, so players can make a decision how they want to play the game. And that's great. Verticality. Remember the Far Mercy combo? This is the first flashback that came into my mind, but we are speaking about surroundings. High ground brings depth to maps, literally and figuratively. It opens new playstyles with players fighting for control of the upper levels. It also forces you to aim vertically, which is more challenging with an extra axis. Just watch any high-level Overwatch match. Half of the battles is for high ground, this is the most desirable key area and you can't overestimate its importance. I like how Overwatch does this, with the vast majority of neutral high grounds, to force both teams to contest it. If you're liking the video so far, hit that like, subscribe and leave a comment, it greatly helps my growing channel. Rotation timings. A well-balanced map should favor quick decision-making and smart counterplays, but avoids long-term domination of one team. The key areas shouldn't be so close that one team can't hold them all like at once. This gives the weaker team a chance to flank or push specific areas with more resources. Also, spawn timing plays a big role in keeping the game flow intact. You want kills to give a short-term advantage, but not completely ruin the balance. Manipulating this variable, developers can adjust the balance of players' life price and speed of the gameplay, rewarding either fast-paced rushes like in Call of Duty or tactical moves in Valorant and CSGO main bomb mode. If your game allows spawn camping, fix it right now. Nobody likes being trapped in their base, while the other team plays door guard, which also isn't so funny. Good spawn design means at least 2 exits, separated by obstacles. The dominating team shouldn't be able to cover every exit at once. Overwatch Busan map is a great example, with a massive wall in front of the spawn, which helps teams break free from camping. It makes those losses slightly less painful. Slightly. But really, spawn camping usually grows from a bad matchmaking balance, pitting two teams with different skill levels against each other. So, after analyzing maps from your favorite games, you'll notice they share many design principles: geometry, flow, balance, timings, even if the visuals are totally different. Some of them may even borrow ideas, if you know what I mean by word borrow. And that's because creating a good map is tough. But you know what's even harder? Balancing heroes. That's a whole new level of nightmare. Check out my previous video, where I dive into the chaos of characters balancing. Eat healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.